Northeast China is a geographical region of China. It usually corresponds specifically to the three provinces east of the Greater Khingan Range, namely Liaoning, Jilin, and Heilongjiang, but historically is meant to also encompass the four easternmost prefectures of Inner Mongolia west of the Greater Khingan. The heartland of the region is the Northeast China Plain, the largest plain in China, with an area over 350,000 square kilometers. It is separated from Russian Far East to the north by the Amur, Arjun, and Asheri rivers, from Korea to the south by the Yalu and Tumen rivers, and from Inner Mongolian to the west by the Greater Khingan and parts of the Zilao River. Due to the shrinking of its once powerful industrial sector and decline of its economic growth, the region is often referred to as the Rust Belt in China. As the result, a campaign named Northeast Area Revitalization Plan has been launched by the State Council of the People's Republic of China, in which 5 prefectures of eastern Inner Mongolia, namely Hulinbei, Hingan, Tongliao, Chifeng and Zilingol, are also formally defined as regions of the Northeast. Northeastern China is known in Chinese contexts as simply the Northeast or, from the Mandarin pronunciation of its Chinese name, as Dongbei. The area was known in European languages as Manchuria, as it was the homeland of the Manchu people who ruled China as its Qing dynasty from the 17th to early 20th century. The name was not used by the Qing themselves, who called the area their 3 East, or Eastern provinces, and its use is discouraged by the People's Republic of China, which associates the exonym with the Manchu puppet state installed by the Imperial Japanese in 1932. It is known more specifically as Inner Manchuria when it needs to be distinguished from Outer Manchuria, which was ceded to the Russian Empire through the Amur annexation in the 1850s. Historically, the area was also known as Liaoyang or Guangdong, meaning lands beyond, or lands east of the pass, in reference to the strategic Shanhai Pass between Hebei and Liaoning. Under Japanese occupation, the name Guangdong was more specifically associated with the Kwantung Lease territory around Dalian, Kwantung being the same name in Wade-Giles romanization. Other historical names include Northeast China was the homeland of several ethnic groups, including the Koreans, Manchus, Ulks, Hezhen, various ethnic groups and their respective kingdoms, including the Sushan, Shanbei, and Mohe have risen to power in the northeast. Various states and dynasties such as the state of Yan, Ha dynasty, Gongsun Yuan, Cao Wei, Western Jin, former Yan, former Qin, later Yan, Tang dynasty, Yuan dynasty, Ming dynasty and Qing dynasty ruled parts of the region. Many Korean kingdoms have also incorporated parts of modern-day northeast China, including Gojozong, Bio, Goguryeo, and Balhae. During the Song dynasty, the Khitan set up the Liao dynasty in northeast China. Later, the Jushan overthrew the Liao and formed the Jin dynasty, which went on to conquer northern China. In AD 1234, the Jin dynasty fell to the Mongols, whose Yuan dynasty was later replaced by the Ming dynasty in 1368. In 1644, the Ha Bannerman established the Qing dynasty and unified the entirety of China. Northeast China came under influence of the Russian Empire with the building of the Chinese Eastern Railway through Habun to Vladivostok. The Empire of Japan replaced Russian influence in the region as a result of the Russo-Japanese War in 1904-1905, and Japan laid the South Manchurian Railway in 1906 to Port Arthur. During the warlord era in China, Zhang Zuolin established himself in northeast China, but was murdered by the Japanese for being too independent. The last Qing dynasty emperor, Puyi, was then placed on the throne to lead a Japanese puppet state of Manchukuo. After the atomic bombing of Japan in 1945, the Soviet Union invaded the region as part of its declaration of war against Japan. From 1945 to 1948, northeast China was a base area for the Communist People's Liberation Army in the Chinese Civil War. With the encouragement of the Soviet Union, the area was used as a staging ground during the Civil War for the Chinese Communists, who were victorious in 1949 and have been controlling this region since. Northeast China has a total population of about 107,400,000 people, accounting for 8% of China's total population. The overwhelming majority of the population in the Northeast is Ha Chinese, many of whose ancestors came in the 19th and 20th centuries during a migration movement called Chang Guandong. Northeast China historically had a significant Ha Chinese population, reaching over 3 million by the end of Ming Dynasty. But they were subjected to eviction and assimilation by the conquest of the Qing Dynasty, who then set up willow palisades during the reign of Shunji Emperor and prohibited any settlement of Ha Chinese into the region. Despite officially prohibition,